the den with the TRU Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack basketball teams will begin their 9th season in CIS and Canada West with home games this weekend. A year ago, the women made a historic breakthrough, finishing over 500 for the first time at 15-7 and making the playoffs for a second year in a row. With the departure of some star players, the Wolfpack will be starting a new phase in their history this coming season. For 4 years, power forward Diane Schutze and shooting guard Jen Ju were the centerpieces of the program. This season, the leadership roles are falling on new shoulders. Now in her 3rd season, Sahali all-around athlete Tasia Worsfold went from coming off the bench as a freshman to starting all 24 games as a sophomore, averaging 27.3 minutes and 10.7 points. Her time has come now to be a leader of the pack.
I think that obviously starting out there was a lot of older leadership on the team for me to look up to them and watch them, and now with having a lot of younger girls on the team, my role is more so being that leader to help these younger girls know how to transition into the CIS lifestyle and what to do on the court and stuff, and also as a scorer as well.
Like Worsfold, salmon arm point guard Jory Duxbury started all 24 games for the Wolfpack in the 2012-13 season and led Canada West in minutes played. Was top 4 in assists and steals and led her team with 130 assists and 64 steals, while still averaging almost 9 points and over 5 rebounds.
Yeah, it's definitely a big shift of responsibility. Like this year, I know I didn't score as much last year, but being one of the more veteran players, I know I'm going to have to pick it up this year, and we lost lots of points from Diane Schutze and Jen Ju, so they're just going to have to be spread out around everyone else on the team.
Exactly what Coach Scott Reeves is banking on to get back to the postseason for a 3rd straight year. A more balanced attack, also anchored by newcomers Ryan Kennedy and Sid Williams off the bench, and Cassie Kelowna, who's expected to make a big impact in the game of rebounding after redshirting last season following a transfer from Lethbridge. Even though the torch has now been passed, Reeves feels the bar has been set.
I remember having these interviews with you when I first started, and we had to talk about 1-19, we had to talk about 2-18, and it was tough. Few wins in those first couple of years, and I kept talking about wanting to establish a culture and a presence about what we were going to be, and I think we've done that now. You know, we climbed to 15-7 last year, which was a record-breaking season around people like Diane and Jen. I get that, but there's a culture of winning here now, and the people we recruit are excited about that. So the ones that come in are going to be just as excited to carry on that tradition of going to playoffs and winning games.
This is the season the men's team hopes to get over the boundary from a non-playoff to a playoff team. This will be Scott Clark's 4th season as the head coach of the Wolfpack. The program has shown improvement each year since he arrived after leaving the SFU clan in 2010. A 5-1 preseason against CIS and U.S. college competition has Clark feeling optimistic about this season.
First, there's some depth. We played a little bit without some of the pieces, and so different guys had to step up. I like that. I think that we're starting to understand what winning basketball is in terms of a commitment to the defensive end of the floor, and I think that we share the basketball pretty good. All those things make you pretty happy as a coach.
The key departure from last year's team is Kevin Prabilski, who played out his eligibility but has remained with the Wolfpack as an assistant coach. One of the Wolfpack's 3 off-season recruits with CIS experience is Prabilski's younger brother, who transferred to TRU after playing 2 years at the University of Victoria.
We're similar like physically, so we're both kind of smaller, more unathletic guards, so kind of have to pick up a few things that he did to be successful and kind of implement those into my game. You know, so we kind of have similar games at the same time. We're a bit different. He was more kind of he was a better shooter than I am, and I try and get to the lane a little bit more.
Scott Clark's other recruits with CIS experience are Talon Milne, a 4th-year forward who previously played for Clark at SFU, and Josh Wolfram, who starred on the powerhouse South Cam Titans team of 2009, where one of his teammates was Boston Celtics rookie Kelly Olynyk. Clark has also brought in 3 recruits from U.S. college, one being Taquan Zimmerman from Connecticut. Zimmerman averaged 27.6 points in his final year of high school and 10.3 in U.S. junior college last season.
Basketball is basketball, but I say back in the States, it's a little bit more physical. Players are a little bit more athletic and faster and things like that, but other than that, talent-wise, skill level is not too much different. I enjoy it. I think it's good competition.
There were no fifth-year players on the Wolfpack, but a good group of returnees, one of those being third-year forward Will Ondrick. Despite missing 10 games with an injury, Ondrick was still able to lead the Wolfpack in scoring last season, averaging 15.2 points. A solid core of returning veterans and a half dozen recruits with CIS and U.S. college experience. Will it be enough to get the Wolfpack over the boundary to a much-coveted playoff berth in Canada West?
You control certain factors, and that's your attitude, your effort, your commitment. Those are the things that we control, and so if we do a good job of those, I think winning's a byproduct. We can't focus on a win and a loss. We can focus on factors that are in our control, and that's what we have to do.
With basketball playing night games at the TCC, the volleyball teams are playing a pair of matinees against the University of Calgary. The women lost their first in straight sets. Coming off two season opening wins against UBC Okanagan last week, the Wolfpack men took on a Dinos team that split its first two games this season. Calgary won the opening set 25-21. TRU had a bounce back in the second. They took a closely contested set 26-24. The Dinos then opened the third in a 9-0 run and cruised to a 25-13 win to go up 2-1. In the fourth, tied 7-7, the Wolfpack pulled away. They won by 11, forcing a fifth and deciding set, which the Wolfpack won 15-6 to go to 3-0. Brad Gunter led the Wolfpack with 31 kills. The Pack teams will play Calgary again on Saturday afternoon.
Looking for a fun and affordable time out with your family? Take in a TRU Wolfpack game. Schedule, scores, and news about the TRU Wolfpack team are online or phone 377-6116 for more information. TRU, it's your university. In the Den with the TRU Wolfpack. Enjoy great sporting events at affordable family prices. Check out tru.ca/athletics for details.